Before we begin, take a moment to breathe in the spirit of this ancient land, a land where wisdom flows through rivers, courage echoes in mountains, and hope rises with every dawn. Today, I invite you to listen not just with your ears, but with your heart. What you're about to hear is not just a speech, it's a reminder of who we are and how far we've come. Stay with me till the end, and together, we'll uncover a truth that only a few truly see: the unstoppable strength of India. Let's awaken that pride within us now. India's transformation into an economic powerhouse is one of the world's most remarkable stories of the 21st century. Once a struggling post-colonial nation dependent on foreign aid and imports, India now stands proudly as the world's fifth largest economy by nominal GDP. This position places it ahead of historic economic giants like the United Kingdom, and on track to surpass Germany and Japan within the next decade, if its growth trajectory holds steady. One of the driving forces behind this growth has been the boom in the services sector, particularly information technology and software services. Major cities like Bengaluru, Hyderabad, and Pune have become global hubs for tech and innovation, housing thousands of startups and multinational companies. Indian IT firms power critical systems for banks, governments, and corporations worldwide, generating billions in exports every year. At the same time, India's manufacturing sector is seeing a resurgence through initiatives like Make in India, which encourages domestic and foreign companies to set up production within the country. From smartphones to automobiles to defense equipment, more goods are being produced locally, creating millions of jobs and boosting exports. India's demographic advantage is another pillar of its economic strength. With a massive working-age population, the country has an abundant young workforce that fuels productivity and drives consumer demand. This growing middle class is now spending more than ever, boosting retail, real estate, and digital commerce. Infrastructure development has also played a crucial role. Massive investments in roads, ports, airports, and digital connectivity have opened new economic corridors and connected rural India to global markets. India's expanding digital payment systems and fintech revolution are enabling millions to participate in the formal economy for the first time. These interconnected factors continue to transform India into an economic force that commands global attention. India's rise as a global technology leader is a testament to its ability to adapt, innovate, and leapfrog into the future. Decades ago, few could have imagined that a country once known mainly for agriculture would become the world's IT backbone and a hub for cutting-edge innovation. Today, India's tech dominance is visible not just in software exports, but also in its thriving startup ecosystem, homegrown digital services, and skilled talent pool that powers some of the world's biggest companies. Indian IT giants like TCS, Infosys, and Wipro have built a reputation for delivering reliable and cost-effective technology solutions to Fortune 500 companies around the globe. They manage complex systems, build enterprise software, and provide digital transformation services that keep businesses running smoothly in an increasingly connected world. This IT services boom alone contributes billions of dollars to India's GDP every year and employs millions of skilled professionals. Beyond traditional IT services, India has become fertile ground for startups. Cities like Bengaluru, Gurgaon, and Hyderabad have emerged as buzzing startup hubs, where entrepreneurs tackle problems with bold solutions. India is now among the top countries in the world for producing unicorns, privately held startups, valued at over $1 billion in sectors like fintech, e-commerce, education technology, health tech, and more. Government support through initiatives like Digital India has accelerated internet penetration and digital infrastructure, bringing millions online and creating a massive market for digital goods and services. This rapid digital adoption has also turned India into a leader in mobile app development, digital payments, and next-generation technologies like artificial intelligence, blockchain, and renewable tech. Fueled by a young, innovative workforce and a culture of problem-solving, India's tech story continues to inspire the world and redefine what a developing nation can achieve with vision and determination. India's defense strength stands as a powerful symbol of its sovereignty, resilience, and growing influence on the global stage. With one of the world's largest standing armed forces, India has steadily modernized its military capabilities to secure its vast borders and safeguard its strategic interests. The Indian Army, Navy, and Air Force collectively form a formidable triad, trained to operate in some of the world's toughest terrains from icy Himalayan heights to deep ocean waters. India's defense prowess is not limited to manpower alone. Over the years, the country has invested heavily in advanced technology, modern equipment, and indigenous production to reduce its reliance on foreign suppliers. Through initiatives like Make in India, India is designing and manufacturing its own fighter jets, tanks, missiles, warships, and submarines. The light combat aircraft Tejas, the indigenously built INS Vikrant aircraft carrier, and the BrahMos supersonic cruise missile, a joint venture with Russia, highlight India's capability to produce sophisticated defense hardware. In the field of nuclear deterrence, India is recognized as a responsible nuclear power with a declared no-first-use policy and a credible second-strike capability. Its missile systems, such as the Agni and Prithvi series, ensure strategic security and act as a powerful deterrent against any external threat. India's robust defense diplomacy is another key aspect of its strength. Regular joint exercises with global powers like the United States, France, Japan, and Australia enhance interoperability and strategic partnerships. The country's leadership in UN peacekeeping missions underlines its commitment to global peace and stability. India's defense industry is steadily opening up to private players and foreign investments, which promises faster innovation and self-reliance. With a blend of tradition, technological advancement, and strategic foresight, India's defense sector remains a cornerstone of its rise as a confident global power. India's achievements in space technology have captured the world's attention and made the nation a symbol of ingenuity and cost-effective innovation. The Indian Space Research Organization, better known as ISRO, has transformed India into one of the leading spacefaring nations, competing with giants like NASA, Roscosmos, and ESA. What makes India's space story remarkable is how it has achieved so much with comparatively modest budgets, while delivering extraordinary results that inspire developing countries across the globe. One of ISRO's most iconic successes was the Mars Orbiter mission, also called Mangalyaan, which made headlines in 2014 when India became the first Asian country to reach Mars and the first in the world to do so on its maiden attempt. Even more impressive, the mission cost less than some Hollywood movies, showcasing India's ability to do more with less. Another milestone is the Chandrayaan missions aimed at exploring the moon. Chandrayaan-1 discovered water molecules on the lunar surface, changing scientific understanding of the moon's composition. Chandrayaan-3's successful soft landing near the moon's south pole marked India as the first nation to reach that unexplored region, pushing the boundaries of lunar exploration further. India's space prowess goes beyond planetary missions. ISRO regularly launches satellites that support communication, whether forecasting, navigation, and disaster management for India and many other countries. The agency has also earned global respect for its commercial satellite launches, offering affordable and reliable launch services through the Polar Satellite Launch Vehicle (PSLV). The space program continues to expand with plans for ambitious missions like Gaganyaan, India's first human spaceflight program, and the Aditya mission to study the Sun. By blending scientific excellence with frugal engineering, India's space journey demonstrates what is possible when vision, talent, and perseverance come together in service of both national pride and global progress. India's greatest asset today is not buried underground or locked in vaults. It walks its streets, fills its classrooms, and powers its industries. This asset is its youth. With over 50% of its population under the age of 30, India is home to the world's largest young workforce, an immense source of energy, creativity, and ambition that few countries can match in scale. This youthful population is transforming India from within. Millions of young Indians are pursuing higher education, technical skills, and professional training at rates never seen before. Universities, engineering colleges, and skills centers are producing graduates who are ready to tackle global challenges and contribute to new age industries like artificial intelligence, renewable energy, biotechnology, and digital commerce. India's youth are not just job seekers, they are job creators. Across big cities and small towns, young entrepreneurs are founding startups that solve real problems, from rural healthcare to online education to sustainable farming. Their ventures attract billions in investment, creating jobs and putting India on the map as one of the world's fastest growing startup ecosystems. Socially and culturally, this generation is breaking old barriers. Young Indians are more connected to the world than any generation before them, using technology and social media to exchange ideas, learn, and collaborate beyond borders. They are vocal about climate action, gender equality, and social justice, demanding a more fair and sustainable future. India's demographic advantage also fuels a booming consumer market. Millions of young people entering the workforce and moving into cities are driving demand for smartphones, housing, digital services, fashion, and entertainment. This demographic dividend, if nurtured with quality education, employment, and innovation opportunities, is set to keep India's growth engine running for decades to come. India's growing diplomatic influence reflects its evolution from a regional player to a respected voice on the global stage. As the world's largest democracy and a fast-growing economy, India now commands attention in major international forums and plays a crucial role in shaping global conversations on security, trade, climate change, and development. India's foreign policy balances multiple partnerships with strategic independence. It maintains strong ties with the United States, Russia, and the European Union, while also building robust relationships with regional powers like Japan, Australia, and the ASEAN nations. India's participation in groupings like the G20, BRICS, and the Quad highlights its ability to navigate complex geopolitics and align with diverse partners to protect its interests and contribute to global stability. India has also emerged as a leader in South-South cooperation, offering development assistance, capacity building, and disaster relief to countries in Africa, Asia, and the Pacific Islands. Its vaccine diplomacy during the COVID-19 pandemic showcased this soft power in action, when India supplied millions of vaccine doses to developing nations under its Vaccine Maitri initiative. India's stand on climate change and sustainability is another example of its rising diplomatic clout. As a founding member of the International Solar Alliance, India champions renewable energy collaboration among sun-rich nations, pushing for affordable solar solutions and clean energy transitions. In multilateral bodies like the United Nations, India advocates for reform and a greater voice for emerging economies. Its bid for a permanent seat on the UN Security Council reflects the belief that global governance must evolve to reflect 21st century realities. India's diaspora, spread across the world, also strengthens its diplomatic reach. With millions of Indian-origin professionals, entrepreneurs, and cultural ambassadors, the country's influence extends far beyond its borders through shared heritage and people-to-people ties that bridge continents and cultures. India's drive towards self-reliance reflects a clear national vision to reduce dependence on imports, strengthen domestic industries, and build resilience in critical sectors. This vision gained fresh momentum through the Atmanirbhar Bharat Abhi in Self-Reliant India Mission, a broad initiative launched to transform India into a manufacturing hub, promote indigenous innovation, and create sustainable livelihoods across urban and rural landscapes. One of the pillars of this push is the Make in India campaign, which encourages global and local companies to manufacture goods within the country. From automobiles and electronics to defense equipment and pharmaceuticals, Industries are setting up factories and research centers to cater to India's huge domestic market and export opportunities. In the defense sector, India aims to produce more advanced equipment at home instead of relying heavily on foreign suppliers. Indigenous fighter jets like the Tejas, missile systems like BrahMos, and modern warships are examples of how India's defense industry is expanding its capabilities with homegrown talent and technology. Push for self-reliance also extends to critical areas like semiconductors, renewable energy, and digital technology. India has set ambitious targets for domestic solar panel production, electric vehicle manufacturing, and semiconductor fabrication to meet rising demand and secure supply chains against global disruptions. Startups and small businesses play a vital role in this mission. Schemes offering easier credit, digital support, and market access help millions of entrepreneurs turn ideas into successful ventures. Rural self-reliance is also encouraged through support for local industries, crafts, and agricultural innovation. Self-reliance does not mean isolation. India continues to welcome foreign investment, joint ventures, and global partnerships that transfer technology and expertise. By building strong domestic capabilities while engaging with the world, India's self-reliance vision strengthens its economic foundation and positions it to compete confidently in the global marketplace. India's cultural soft power is one of its most enduring and influential strengths, touching millions of lives far beyond its borders. For centuries, India's spiritual traditions, art forms, philosophy, and storytelling have fascinated the world and shaped global conversations about wellness, mindfulness, and holistic living. Today, this cultural influence is stronger than ever, driven by a mix of ancient wisdom and modern creativity. Yoga is perhaps India's most recognized gift to the world. Once an ancient practice passed down through generations, yoga has now become a global movement for physical fitness, mental peace, and spiritual growth. International Yoga Day, celebrated every year on June 21, highlights how deeply this practice has been embraced by people of all ages and backgrounds worldwide. Bollywood, India's massive film industry, is another pillar of its cultural soft power. Indian cinema entertains millions globally with its colorful storytelling, music, and dance. Bollywood films are popular not just in South Asia, but in Africa, the Middle East, Russia, and parts of Europe and the Americas, creating an emotional bridge between cultures. India's classical dance, music, and art forms continue to thrive, inspiring artists and performers everywhere. From sitar maestros to Kathak dancers, Indian cultural ambassadors perform on international stages, sharing timeless traditions with new generations. Ayurveda and Indian wellness traditions have gained widespread acceptance in the fields of natural healing and preventive health care. The rise of organic foods, herbal remedies, and mindful living often traces its roots back to India's age-old practices. Beyond these, India's vibrant festivals, colorful textiles, literature, and diaspora communities keep its cultural presence alive in every corner of the globe. By exporting not just products but ideas, stories, and values, India's cultural soft power strengthens its global identity and reminds the world of its unique blend of ancient wisdom and modern vitality. India's strength is deeply rooted in its remarkable resilience and unity, qualities that have helped it stand tall through centuries of change, conflict, and challenge. From ancient invasions and colonial rule to partition, economic hardships, and modern-day crises, India has always found ways to adapt, rebuild, and push forward as one nation. This spirit of resilience is woven into the daily lives of its people who, despite diverse languages, religions, and cultures, find ways to coexist and thrive together. One of the greatest symbols of India's resilience is its democracy, the world's largest and most vibrant. More than 1 billion citizens exercise their right to vote, debate, and decide their collective future through a democratic system that has remained strong for over 7 decades. In a country so vast and varied, this democratic framework acts as the glue that binds people from different backgrounds and regions under a shared identity. India's unity is not about sameness, but about harmony within diversity. Hundreds of languages, faiths, and customs coexist, often side by side, creating a unique social fabric that celebrates pluralism instead of fearing it. Festivals of every religion are celebrated with equal fervor, and communities come together in times of joy as well as crisis. This spirit of solidarity shines during natural disasters, public health emergencies, or social movements when people join hands to help one another, regardless of differences. Whether it's rebuilding after floods, supporting each other during a pandemic, or fighting for social justice, India's collective willpower emerges stronger in testing times. The shared sense of belonging and pride in a common heritage fuels this unity. It gives India the confidence to face global challenges, to rise above internal divides, and to keep moving forward, proving time and again that the heart of the nation beats stronger when its people stand together. In the end, this truth rings clear: India's rise is not just about numbers or headlines, but about the unstoppable spirit of its people. From its booming economy to its space missions, its youthful energy to its ancient wisdom, India is proving to the world that true strength lies in resilience, unity, and vision. To everyone listening, believe in this journey and be proud of it. Keep learning, keep building, and keep dreaming big. Thank you for standing with this idea of a stronger India. May you carry its light forward. Good luck and stay inspired always.